different kingdom. If you are building things according to the system of the world, which means according to the kingdom of the world, you are building what a spiritual X has been placed upon, a sign for destruction, a sign marked for pulling down. So kingdom qualities is about, we are still scratching things on the surface. It's about qualities that should be found in our lives that cannot be found in the unbeliever. Qualities that should be found, that are experienced to be found in our lives, that money cannot buy. Paul wrote to the Roman Christians, Corinthian Christians, 1 Corinthians chapter 15, you read from verse 18 to verse 19. He said, if in this world alone we believe, we are of all men most miserable. The New King James calls it pitiable. Meaning that if our Christianity is, I like to put it, just limited to heavenly things and having no relevance in earthly things, then we'll be pitiable in this life. So kingdom qualities is about imbibing the values of the kingdom, the priorities of the kingdom, the core values of the kingdom, in such a way that people will look at you and say that there's something different about this guy. Whether they mock you or not, in the soberness of their hearts, they know that you are different and you are better. Things money cannot buy, things material acquisition cannot make us to amount to. Those are the qualities of the kingdom. We have a kingdom that cannot be shaken. We have a kingdom that is not subjected to the attacks of economic collapse, volcanic eruption, passing fads, fashions that are transient. We have an eternal kingdom. And if that kingdom is strange to you now, it might be strange to you eternally. So we started a few days ago to look into the qualities of the kingdom. A major quality of the kingdom is the character of the kingdom. Evidence in the manner of life of Jesus Christ. That's why developing the character of the kingdom is developing a Christ-like character. That your life and the things that come out of your life are not byproducts of the society or byproducts of circumstances. It's a life built from within, affecting things outside. One of my men called a few days ago. He's not in this church, so don't begin to rack your brain. He called a few days ago and he said he believes there are certain things that have been mapped up for him in life, things that are clear, that I told him, of course, no doubt about it, that is part of your call. Those are things you have to do. So he said there are things he knows he has to do in life. And then also some prophecies came to him. Prophecies from his pastor's wife, prophecies from guest speakers, which like brought his mind to a state of confusion. Which one do I prioritize? Which one can I afford to neglect or ignore? And I gave him this principle, and that applies to the principle of the kingdom. I said, just one, love the Lord, live a consecrated life, live a life in the consciousness of God, and once those features are in place, live a life that is inside out. Don't live a life that is outside in. And what's the difference? Outside in means you are conformed to the world. The things you find with people, the things you find around, the things people say, the lifestyles of people, they encroach into your life and form a template for you. In the context of the young man, anybody can come and prophesy. If it is not in line with the way God is ordering your steps, it can derail you. If you live your life in the center of God's will, you are a prayerful Christian, you are yielded to God, you live a lifestyle of obedience, not an event in obedience, a lifestyle of obedience. All the prophecies that are relevant to your life will, as a matter of course, line up. You will not even know, you just find out you are fulfilling scriptures, you are fulfilling prophecies. But if you live a life outside in, you set aside God, you set aside the priorities of God, you don't have fellowship with God, you are concerned about what people have prophesied, and you want those things to come to pass in your life, you become a phantom creature. You won't have any shape at the end of the day. So what I'm trying to bring out of that is a quality of the kingdom of God is that God shapes you, God molds you, God influences you, and not things around. And then it's easy to live the Christian life in any society. Brother Allen made a statement, whether you use human psychology, women are emotional creatures, they are left brain, or what's that thing? Men are logical creatures, they are right brain, whatever. That is psychology, that's not Christianity. And he made a statement, the same word applies to all. The same word applies to all. So I really want to challenge our hearts further tonight. The qualities of the kingdom. Living a life that will be pleasing in the sight of the Father. Living a life that will make God to recommend you. That made God to be recommending Job to Satan. What highest opposition will you meet in this world other than Satan himself? And now you live such a life, God is now the one recommending you. Have you considered all this, your temptation all over the place? Have you considered my servant Job? So kingdom qualities is about living a life that will make you to line up to God's will, live a life that is pleasing to God, make God to recommend you. Somebody can say, I don't want God to recommend me to Satan, or you should change yourself. You should change your destiny. God, in his sovereignty, he decides what he says about you anywhere. In a level of faith, in a school of understanding, we were told that if Joseph kept quiet, his problems would not befall him. Joseph's problem was not about talking. We will see some of that tonight. Joseph's problem was character flaw, not that he talked before the time. I mean, those were his brothers. They could have been used by the devil and discarded by the devil. But now God was recommending Job and telling Satan about Job.